Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm your host today, Joey Quibido with Cash Saver and Piggly Wiggly here in Opelousas.
And I'm Chef Jason Hugay from Steamboat Warehouse, right here where we're at today. We have a special guest, Teal Guidry from Southern Glaciers, right here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Teal, give us a real quick rundown of what we're making on the show today.
Today, this is a dish my grandmother and them grew up on in the Depression and in the flood of 1927. It, in French, is called la Macaroni. And when I was a kid, my grandmother asked me one day, she said, "What do you want with rice and gravy this week?" And I said la macaque, and because I couldn't say la macaroni, so that name stuck. And it's just a great side dish. If you're looking for a side dish that you can make in 25, 30 minutes, this is great. It's made with spaghetti, tomato sauce, and bell peppers and onions, and that's it.
Oh,
so
interesting.
I can't wait to try it out.
Something very quick and very easy.
Join us back for more What's Cooking.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here making a nice, interesting dish that I cannot wait to try. So, Teal.
Yes.
How do we start our dish?
Well, my grandmother always told me that you want to get your water boiling where it's rolling. And for some reason, and you may know the answer to this, spaghetti, and she said put a lot of salt. Make it very salty. I don't know if it has something to do with the texture of the spaghetti or what, but and then after, once it's done for 20 minutes, you're gonna boil it, you rinse it in cold water. I think it has something to do with making the spaghetti firm, because once we do everything, you mixing it together, and maybe it keeps the spaghetti, hard. But what you do is, once you get your water rolling, I take a 16-ounce pack of spaghetti, which I bought at Cash Saver earlier, and I break it into three. And you want to make sure that you kind of spread it, so you don't want it to stick.
Yeah, it'll stick.
It'll stick together, and you want to stir it every 2 or 3 minutes.
You had put some oil in it.
I put a couple of drops of cooking oil. You're right. That helps.
That also helps.
That also helps. Correct.
Separated, yeah.
That starch wants to come out and everything stick together.
Yeah, and if it blends together, when you try to go and
fettuccine is the worst for that. I can't stand cooking fettuccine.
Yes.
And you know it.
I'll make enough fettuccine. Yes, trust me, I know.
But I like breaking it in three. You can probably break it in half and get away with it. My wife fusses at me all the time for.
I'm with you on that because.
For slurping, slurping your spaghetti.
Right, and that's the only reason I don't really eat like spaghetti as much as I like penne, because it's like you stick with your fork, you put it in your mouth, it's not all your face. So that helps that a lot.
And what you do is, my grandmother always said, I think it's a number 3 or number 4 spaghetti is the best size. I usually use the number 4, and and then you boil that for, once it gets boiling again, you boil it for 20 minutes. And that's it. And now the sauce part, if you want to pull that back for me, Mr. Jason. I use 1 can, 8 ounce of Hunt's tomato sauce, and you drop it in, and you take a little bit of water just to kind of
dilute it a little bit.
Just to dilute it and get everything out of your can. And then you discard that, and then I use about a half of Guidry's onions.
Is it like Teal Guidry's onions or just?
Oh, that's what it is. You got a little stock in that company, huh? Now we know.
Is there any relation? No.
My grandfather on my dad's side, who I never met, is from Orneville, so they may be, but I don't know.
Telling the truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ask him, he says no, then now it's something else.
And basically what you do is you want to cook this on about medium flame, and you want to cook it till the tomato sauce starts sticking to your pan.
Oh, yeah.
And when it sticks to your pan, then you want to put it real low and wait for your spaghetti, because then when you mix it all together, it just stays warm and it just adheres to the spaghetti real well.
Nice.
But so you don't want to put too much cooking on either, because you don't want it too oily.
Well, yeah.
You really don't.
You can turn it up if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, put it up a little higher.
And just kind of watch it whenever, I guess when it's close.
And you want to stick, it'll stick to where it comes out like a dark red, almost a burnt red.
You're almost browning the natural sugars in the tomato,
Correct. And like I said, my grandmother and they grew up on this because they grew up in the Depression and telling stories about the 1927 flood. when they actually moved from Cecilia and lived where the golf course is now in Lafayette, because that was the highest ground that they could find.
Wow.
And they called it Tent City. So they grew up on this because pack of spaghetti is
Simple.
$1, tomato sauce is 50 cents, and maybe $1 worth of chopped onions, and you got you a dish. And I promise you, every camp that I've ever been to that I've cooked this, they begged me to come back and cook it again. So,
I would always say that sometimes the most simplest dishes to me are
Oh, the best ones, yeah.
and what you want to do, I prefer slap your mama, but at this point when it starts, you just kind of, just a little bit, just coat it, and then after you finish, you taste it, and you can
See what
always
you
add,
need, right.
and
So,
But,
Teal, you with glazers, spirits and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of products do y'all actually handle? Like when they go to the grocery store, okay, Teal handles this brand. What do you handle?
You got that kind of time?
Well, I mean,
our company's large, but the brands that I handle are Bullet Bourbon, Don Julio Tequila, Crown Royal, Seagram 7, Smirnoff Vodka.
you can stop right there, Crown Royal.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Very extensive.
So I wouldn't
selection.
mind if y'all want to, buy my brands. It would be,
Right.
it would be
Well, Crown
beneficial
Royal's
to
got
us.
so many different flavors now. I mean, they keep just
yeah.
introducing new
Vanilla.
ones all
Yeah.
the time.
They got the peach.
And it's like Crown Royal Apple came out, and then I'm not knocking any other brand, but because we sell like Jim Beam Apple and Evan Williams Apple and stuff like that. But always the first one to come out that's a hit is always the one that
The
does
one,
the
huh?
best.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just like a Wild Turkey Honey. Whoever puts out a honey,
The first one?
it's
Yeah.
Wild Turkey Honey is going to be the number
Yeah.
one,
Right.
because that's the first one.
Now,
Right, 'cause-
Jason had a really good drink over here. He's made with the Crown Vanilla. Was the boat float? Oh, that stuff was good.
And he also has that chocolate martini made with Godiva vodka.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
Godiva
with
chocolate.
all of his
Yep.
products.
Yes. I know a lot
Yeah,
of people.
Kettle
over
One
here.
vodka is another one that Jason does real well with. He goes through about a case a week. Of
Right,
that.
and of each, the orange and the citron.
Yeah.
And actually, my favorite, people say Grey Goose, and I know that's your product also, but people die about for Grey Goose, and I'm going to tell you this, to me, Kettle One, and that's just my preference, but the Kettle One orange, I'll put that in any drink.
Yeah.
I mix that with a little
never tasted that.
cranberry and, a little fresh lime.
Yeah.
They have those different types of flavored. Ocean Spray makes all these different kind of cranberries. I play with those.
And the Kettle One, the Nolette family from Sweden, they make it with the skins, the flavor.
Right.
That's why so much
do it the
better.
right way.
They do it with the oils, and they will not. If they make a 600-gallon batch, they normally keep what is called the heart, which is the middle 300 gallons they'll use, and the other 100, 150 they'll just discard because
Discard.
it's not as good as the middle. Distilling it twice
Taking
and all
some
that
loss,
stuff.
but they're doing it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's take a little quick break and we'll come back and we'll finish our dish.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good. So join us back more What's Cooking. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Again, Mr. Teal is here, making us a very interesting dish that he learned from your grandmother and your mother, and you get ready to finish it. So, where we go from here?
Well, the spaghetti has been boiling for about 20, 22 minutes, which is what you want to do. The next step in this is to strain it and rinse it with cold water. You can either submerge it in a bunch of cold water, or you can just run cold water to get the salty taste out of it. So really, this, you want to
Yeah, cut that off.
that
kind
off.
of be very careful here.
Perfect.
And then because you use a little bit of cooking oil, it doesn't stick to your
Doesn't
pan.
stick at all.
And then once that's going to be rinsed,
All right, we'll get that rinsed for you.
here's the dish that we're gonna spread it
You
out.
see it
in.
got some color.
Got some, yep. A little
Yeah, just like you said, it
caramelization,
was
a little
brown,
the
right.
tomato sauce is a little dark, sticking to the sides, and that's going to adhere to the spaghetti, and it's going to make the dish what the dish is today.
And another good thing, it's really not that hard. I mean, if you can follow directions and should be able to watch the show and
Yeah.
figure out how to do it.
Yeah,
It's simple.
it's
Like I
very
said,
easy.
if even a person's doing this maybe for the first time, it should take them no more than 30 minutes, you know. And I know it's easy to go and get a can of green beans, get a can of pork and beans, but you know, I mean,
Right.
people love, once you get this and get it right, people love it. I mean, like I said, I've been asked so many times, please cook this, please cook macaque at the camp again, please.
Well, let me just say
you know.
this. I may try this at home tonight, if that's okay with you.
I bet you the children would like it too. Because
Yeah.
of the spaghetti.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, all kids like spaghetti, meatballs, you know, spaghetti with spaghetti.
Yep. And when I, as you'll see, I have my flame on super low, and when I do the spaghetti I keep it on low just to keep it kind of
Warm.
warm,
And
coming
not-
off of the
yeah, right.
bottom, you know, so it doesn't just stick from
Yeah, the
not
starch
having a
in
little bit of
in the
heat on it.
spaghetti itself would make that starch
Yeah.
sit.
So we were talking earlier about, like, let's say Crown Royal and stuff. What are some of the special drinks that people are coming up with these days for Crown Royal?
Well, you know,
Let's take the peach. Go with the peach. That's the
the
biggest thing
peach is
lately.
actually, and I'm not a.
It's a big hit, though.
Yeah, it is a big
It
hit,
is.
and it's a LTO, which is a limited time only. It comes out 2 or 3 times a year. They're mixing it with iced tea. Iced tea drinks.
Yeah,
They
that
love it with
sounds-
iced tea.
yeah.
I'm not an iced tea man, but that is.
I'm a
the-
sweet tea guy,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna have to try that.
And then like the apple and the vanilla, the caramel apple. We have also the caramel apple Crown Royal. That, They mix it a half ounce and a half ounce, and they call it the caramel apple. It's a shot.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, now that sounds.
So
Have
I
you-
like the apple crown. Excuse me. I like the caramel crown just sitting in the freezer and just pour me like Grand Marnier. You
Kind of
know,
like
just
a little
pour,
after dinner drink
just
or
like
something,
a little after
right?
dinner drink,
Yep.
and you sip
or
on it.
Bailey's or something. Yeah, that sounds
That
good.
would be nice. But have you ever tried the boat float?
No, I have not.
Oh.
We should have made
Teal.
one.
We should-
I've
should
tried his
do
chocolate
that.
martini and it's great.
Oh my God.
And I
that
think
boat
our
float.
spaghetti's coming back. So
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Stacey.
I'm sorry, you need it on?
no, that's
Okay,
good.
I
It's
turn it off
still
just-
it's pretty
All
warm.
right.
And basically, what I do is I just take a couple of handfuls at a time, and you just want to get all the onions and bell peppers that are
mixed
cooked
real
up,
good.
mixed up in there.
I see that. looks
Scrape
like
your
a good
sides because
spaghetti.
that's where
Yeah.
some of that tomato sauce has caramelized. And you just get a couple of more handfuls.
That'd be a good side dish, like a steak and stuff.
Well, we were saying like maybe some lamb chops,
Yeah.
or like even a grilled pork chop, or pan fried with a little breadcrumb coating pork chop. That'd be perfect.
That would be nice. Yeah.
And then, Joey, can you put that
Sure.
right there, sir? Thank you. And then basically you just stir it in until all your spaghetti turns from a white. See how it's still kind of white right here? You want it more like this color, so you just kind of just work it in. And then if you have to, you take something like this and you get
All the good stuff.
all the good stuff
right?
off of your spoon.
Like grillade.
The grillades.
Now, what I like about this one, it's not like, I'm not a big spaghetti fan because of the sauce. To me, it's just too much tomato or whatever. This is different because it's just enough to coat the spaghetti. It's not like you're not drowning it in spaghetti
too
sauce.
saucy.
Yeah,
Correct.
It's
Correct.
just a hint of sauce.
Yep.
So it's really a pasta dish that's, you know, got a little flavor enhancing.
Yep. Part Italian, part Cajun.
Yeah, there you go. It's almost like a pasta light.
Yep. And then
Italian
because
pasta
I just
line.
put a little bit of seasoning in the beginning, I know that it's not going to have enough, so I take my Slap Your Mom and I just kind of sprinkle a little bit on top. And I just prefer Slap Your Mom because it's not too salty, and then you just work it in. And sorry about the beating, but
Oh, no.
I know I had a friend of mine that his mama used to
Oh,
fuss, but
man,
don't
they
do
cut it.
that
Don't
because
do
it's
that.
going to mess up
My
my
pot.
seal. And
Well, I tell you what, why don't we
there you have it.
do this? Now that we have a finished product, let's take a quick break real quick. We'll come back. We're going to show our finished dish. Plus, we have a special surprise for y'all as well. So we'll come back.
Only Teal can do that.
All right.
Join us back from on What's Cooking.
All right, welcome back, everyone. That's my favorite part of the show. Last segment, we're
Almost
pretty much
time to
done. We're
eat.
going to be tasting soon. So, Teal, where are we staying? I know we kind of finished up, but what are we looking at now?
Well, it's like I said, it's so simple. Once you put your noodles, your spaghetti in and you stir it around and get it coated real good like this, you taste for seasoning. If it doesn't need any seasoning, bon appetit.
Ready to
It's
go.
time to eat, you know? So
Well,
it's
look.
ready to serve.
There's our little plate. Got our little side dish. A little more in there,
A
man.
little more, baby.
Yeah,
There we go.
our sides are big over here. Put
Sprinkle a little parsley.
Very simple.
Jason's magic. Just
See?
making
Very
every dish look good.
We
Well,
try,
he's done
we
that
try.
probably 75 to 100,000 times.
Yeah, probably.
Probably more than that.
So-
oh, who's counting?
This is
Yeah.
a little simple dish, but if you can just see, you saw the process. It's very simple to do, which I am a fan of. Simple is always best to me. But it
Again,
looks
it's
amazing.
amazing.
And I
It's cheap.
can't wait
It's-
to try some.
Kids would eat that. I mean,
Well, it like for duck hunters, deer hunters, you come in late, you want something that you can whip up fast with the rice and gravy, you can throw this together
Right.
in 30 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's just a perfect meal for somebody in a hurry.
As long as it takes to do the pasta, cook the pasta, you're pretty much ready
Exactly
to
right.
Yeah.
Both of them took about the same amount of time. Once you rinse this off, it was just ready to
roll in
Ready
there.
to roll, yes, sir.
and we want to remind everybody that all the ingredients that Teal's used here today can be found at your local Piggly Wiggly or Cash Saver stores here in Opelousas and the surrounding area. And you can reach us here in Opelousas by
go. Well, two addresses are 8410 Highway 182 North or 1305 Heather Drive. You can call the North Store at 948-8199. I'm sorry, 9427.
Gotcha.
Or the South Cash Saver, 948-8199.
That's it.
That's
Now
it.
you got it.
I know Jason always shops at the North Piggly Wiggly. I shop at his store because it's closer to Lafayette.
That was closer to you.
Join us.
This was
Yeah.
closer to me.
So we
But you can
share
find
it.
all this stuff at either store.
Yep.
Shop your local Piggly Wiggly stores, especially this time of need.
Yes.
You
in
know,
fact,
everybody-
we're going through a special bad time right now.
All your small
with all
businesses
the,
need your
coronavirus going on, and we just want to remind everybody to be safe out there and do whatever you need to do. A lot of people are hurting. A lot of business had to close down, especially like Jason's in a situation right now to where he can't have no dine-in customers. So if anybody can go and just want something good eating, call Jason, call over here, and they'll be able to deliver it. You got Roadrunner doing it for
We
you?
have Roadrunner. Don't ever forget about the Waiter app. That's probably very busy at the moment. But if it's within, if it's local and it's within reason, we will deliver also. So
Yeah, we got several people that are willing to help Jason to get the food to his customers. You can come by and they can stop at the front door and you can just bring it to them
we can do curbside if you like. We'll do whatever we need to. This is probably a time where us small businesses really need you the most.
That's it,
I know
so-
everybody's going through a hard time. It's not just us, but just think about that before you go decide to purchase a dinner at McDonald's or not
Right, yeah.
knocking McDonald's, but a corporate, business.
a big corporation that
And I know my wife and I, we like to frequent Jason because they've been so good to me because I'm both their salesperson. And it's a drive from Lafayette, but because of what we're going through, we will make a drive once or twice a month. If it lasts that long, just to help him out because he's been so good to us.
Yeah.
And, to try to help the people that are hurt, like Joey said.
So please, Jason, give everybody your phone number. So until all this is finished, they can contact you and we can get the food out to them.
You can call us at 337-826-7227. Anything you need, we're here to take care of.
Yep, we'll make sure you get it.
Now, let's go to the surprise.
Being a liquor salesman, my bosses asked me to do, Jason, first of all, said, why don't you put together a little drink segment, that's great on our show. And I said, so I went to my boss, Chris Smith, at the office, and he told me about the Palomas, which is the #1 drink in Mexico. And it's made with usually Don Julio Reposado, but we use Blanco today because you can use either one.
My favorite tequila. The same.
It's made with fresh grapefruit juice
Where do these grapefruits come from?
from my tree in the backyard.
So this is
That's
farm to
beautiful.
table.
So this is my Don Julio tequila. This is about an ounce of lime juice, about 5 or 6 ounces of my grapefruit juice. And the key ingredient to kind of take the tartness out is blue agave nectar, which you can find in the coffee section of almost any store. And it just kind of knocks down that tart
Mellows
taste.
it a little bit,
mellows
right?
it out. So what we're going to do here is I got my shaker and Crystal got me some ice. So we are going to put in my tequila. We're going to put in the lime juice. And you can go online. There's different variations to make it. Put
yeah,
the
you
grapefruit juice.
Make your imagination go wild with that.
Exactly. Exactly. And then this is kind of like
To
a honey.
taste.
So you don't want to put too much, just enough to kind of, like I said, knock down that tartness. And then you want to act like a bartender and just shake it up. And Jason and they put salt on the rim, so it's almost like a margarita. You know how margarita has kind of a tart taste.
Yep.
So you can actually coat your glass with salt like we did here. Just shake it up real good to get that honey. It's not that thick, but it's kind of thick compared to the other juices.
Little ice crystals in there.
Yep. And then voila. This is a great drink around the pool.
Oh, yes.
On a hot summer day.
Now all I gotta do is buy a pool.
There you go.
I got access to a pool.
Uh-oh. I seen Joey pop his head up real quick.
Very refreshing. I love
yeah.
grapefruit. I can
It's
eat
a-
a bowl of grapefruit morning and
It's
night.
a perfect summertime drink.
Thank you,
Yep.
sir.
Thank you.
Okay, before we sip, look, I got a toast. Toast to an end to this coronavirus
Amen.
crapola.
Amen.
How about that?
Amen.
That's it.
That's better than the first one.
Yes, it is.
Oh, you had one already? Oh, that's messed up.
Before the show.
Wow.
That's what I got for being late, but it's not my
Wow,
fault.
this
Joey
It's
was late.
somebody's.
This would be good on a hot summer
What?
day.
This will be
I
good.
mean, it's good right now.
It'll be good today.
It's going to be good with
Right.
La Macaque.
This is a good pairing.
Very good. Again, we want to remind everybody of everything that we're going through right now. Please be safe, sanitize, wash your hands, try to stay away from older people that might have illnesses. We don't want to have any more deaths than we already have.
Also, one thing to mention that we mentioned off camera, we just want to say on behalf of Steamboat, and obviously I'm sure y'all feel the same way, our prayers are with everybody.
That's correct.
At this time of need, it's not a laughing matter. Very serious situation what none of us have ever really had to deal with. So we're all going at this best we know how,
Yeah.
which is we don't. So prayers up for all our customers and everyone, matter of fact. So
In fact, all
Sort
of
of.
our stores right now are there.
Yeah.
We're sterilizing everything as much as possible, 3 and 4 times a day. When you walk in the morning, our baskets all sterilized, ready to go again. And we have the Purell wipes at the doors. We have hand sanitizers. We got just trying to get everything
prepared.
under
Being
control.
prepared, that's
and
all it is.
Try to put
Yeah.
a stop to this.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
We need to eradicate it quick. Hopefully by the summer this will get back to normal. Hopefully.
yes,
Right.
yes.
So-
And again, please keep in mind your local folks, your small business owners. These are the people that's going to hurt the most, and we've got to keep them going.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's the
It means too much to our economy.
right.
Yeah, that's it. So again, thank y'all for watching the What's Cooking show. Join us back for next week when we have another special guest. Be safe.